Hey, it's me, ABSD, and welcome to the Inner Dialogue podcast. Today is January 15th, 2024. It's 4:20 p.m. and I wanted to come into this space today and talk about my word of the year. This would be my third year of picking a word for the year. My word for 2022 was colorful. My word for 2023 was surrender. And this year, my word is embodiment. I chose the word embodiment because I am moving through a lot of changes in my life, and I want to embody those. I want to embody myself. I want to embody my dreams and desires in the work that I do and embody the mission of that work and be able to live that out every day of my life, along with being me and showing up as me and embodying all of that. And it has all of these changes that existed inside of 2023 that I am bringing with me into 2024. It's important to me to be able to show up in the world as me. And I'm realizing that I'm still figuring out what that means. And I have to give myself grace around that, because as I am working on learning how to embody myself, there is going to be some imperfect moments in that, and to grant myself grace and forgive myself along the way. I've been really hard on myself recently, and not just me being hard on myself has created this, but I've just had this dark loom cloud inside of me that has created a space inside of my head that has not been so beautiful recently. And it's created some duality between my head and my heart, because my head really wants safety, but my heart wants to go out and be seen. But my head is overpowering my heart at times, and it is making it increasingly difficult to show up in life outside of the safety of my home. I started medication maybe a month and a half ago now, and we upped my dose from month 1 to month 2. And being on anxiety, depression medication has really been helpful, but it's cleared space for me to actually feel some of those underlying feelings that have existed there, but I haven't been able to truck through the mud to get to, because I've just been dealing with such high level anxiety inside of my head for quite some time. And now it's bringing up a lot of new things inside of me that I might have known were there, but never had the words or the space to address them. And I've had to be patient with myself and, again, give myself a lot of grace, which I have struggled to do. And it's, again, created this duality and this feeling inside of me, and just wanting to sleep a lot and not really do anything, and safety to leave the house, not feeling safe to leave the house. But I woke up this morning and I felt a little bit more space to breathe and to exist inside of my body and mind and heart and spirit, and that felt good. I had therapy today, which always feels great, and I worked some on my website, which felt awesome, and I edited 2 podcasts, and now I'm sitting here and podcasting. Our fireplace got fixed again. There's all of these things that happened today that I just feel good about where I'm at. And I'm proud of myself. I journaled today for the first time in a while, and I think I have been avoiding sitting with my thoughts because I have been avoiding myself. And journaling today felt like a step in the right direction of no longer avoiding what's actually happening inside of my head and heart. And it felt good to write. It felt nice to sit and just word vomit onto the page. I had an injury to my pinky on my right hand a couple weeks ago, and it still has a little bit of pain, but it made it increasingly hard to write. And so I used that as an excuse to not journal, and also really just not pay attention to myself spiritually and mentally of what I needed. And I admit that, and I'm self-aware of it, but it felt nice to get back in that pace of things again today, and to take care of myself and tend to myself in that way. I say this all the time, I feel like, in this space, but healing is nonlinear, and I have been experienced that nonlinearness of it, the impact, very strongly this last month of my life. And it just really, it humbled me. It really humbled me. And I'm going through some changes within my independent contractor job, and that's kind of in flux right now. And I just don't know what's next. And I'm going to continue focusing on myself and continue focusing on the work and the business that I am building, better standard direction, and lean into that truth that I do know and have clarity around, and allow the other pieces and the noise that's attached to it to, I'm going to continue surrendering it to the universe and letting them conspire in my favor and help me figure out the how, because I don't know how, and I don't know how it's all going to happen and how it's all going to come together, but I know that I can trust, and I can lean into trust and love, and continue to forgive myself along the process, and continue to see myself through the eyes of unconditional love and see others through the eyes of unconditional love. And I am proud of myself for that. I went to a cacao ceremony last week, and one of the questions that we were journaling about was asking us what we were calling in. And as I sat with that question, the word belief came to my mind. And it made me realize that I have had this lack of belief for myself and for my work and for my healing journey and believing in my process. And I am really focusing going forward on creating and leaning into this undeniable belief in myself, and believing that I can do it, believing that I have all of the tools that I need to do it, believing in myself without a shadow of a doubt, knowing that it is all going to work out for the highest good of all. And I believe in that. And I believe that I am capable and that I have the skills and the knowledge to do this. And I've been angry with myself because I've had a lot of doubt about myself and doubt about what the fuck I'm doing and why the fuck I'm doing it and if I should be doing it. And I know that I'm allowed to change my mind, but I also believe in myself. And I also believe in this mission and this desire and this goal. And that is unwavering. And that is something that I don't want to change my mind about, that I want to continue to navigate and walk each step, a baby step every day towards the direction of my dreams and the desires, because I know that they are possible, and I know that they are possible for me. And I know it's all going to work out better than I could have ever fucking imagined it to work out. Better than I could have ever imagined it. This last month, I have had no interest in healing, no interest in my spiritual journey, no interest in myself. Honestly, I've just really been disconnected with me. And I think that solidifies why I want that my word this year to be embodiment, because this disconnect that I've been experiencing within myself is something that I want to work through and also use as inspiration to push me forward into courage. I have just really been lacking courage for myself. And like I was talking about earlier, I have this duality that's going on between my head and my heart, because my head really wants to just keep me safe and my heart really wants to go into the unknown. And it's been challenging because my head has often won recently, and it takes a lot of courage to move forward when my head is like, no, don't do that. You don't know how it's going to be, what to expect. You have to leave the house. You have to shovel the driveway. You have to clean off your car. You have to do all of these things. And like the barrier of entry is not accessible. And because it's not easily accessible, I choose to stay safe rather than go out of my comfort zone. And I don't want to be caught in that. And I know that in this season of my life, that is okay, right? Like we're going to go through seasons of our life where it just makes sense to spend more time alone and be the hermit. But I also don't want that to become this habit or something that I just rely on because I'm afraid to go into the unknown, right? We grow the most when we are in the unknown and uncomfortable. And I have not wanted to go there because I have not wanted to grow recently. I have just wanted to sleep and rest and be within, and to not think about any of it and to not have to process it. And when you go out and do things, you have to process those things and process what they mean for you and what you've learned. And that's what I do in my life. And that's important to me because I want to learn from the experiences that I'm having. And I want to grow always. But it's this season of my life, the last month, has been this season of rest. And I was raised in an environment where it's go, go, go. And the busier you are, the more successful you are, and the more opportunities that are presented to you. And that if you're not busy and doing things, then you're not productive. And if you're not productive, then you're not successful. And I have really had to clear and look at some of these subconscious wirings that I'm allowed to rest, that I am allowed to rest, that not going and going and going all the time is okay. And that there will be seasons of my life where I go, go, go. And there will be seasons of my life where I rest, rest, rest. And there will be seasons of my life where I have both. And that's where I want to get to. I brought this up in therapy today, where I want to live in a space where I get to have both of those, where I get to have balance and I can have things on my schedule that keep me busy, but also time built into my schedule to rest and rejuvenate and to replenish my own cup. And that's what I want. And saying it out loud, I'm like, yes, that's exactly where I'm headed and what I want for myself. And I can achieve that. That's so accessible. And I think in my life, I have not had this, I haven't created structure for myself within my schedule. And that's something I'm searching for desperately, to have more structure in my schedule and also to have boundaries in my schedule. Right now, because my schedule is so fluid, I don't have that. And it's creating this aspect where it makes it more difficult for me to have like productive bounds because I don't have structured time. And time is such a beautiful resource. And I have been learning how to navigate my own time. And I feel I do well within structure and I do well with scheduled activities and things. And so wanting to create more of that for myself. is important to me and something that I am going to be intentional about going forward to create for myself, right? I'm saying it in this space and I'm holding myself accountable in this space because I am embodying all of me and all of the dreams and desires that I have for myself and learning how that all incorporates into me being me, right? I have to give myself grace. And I realize that as I'm in this transitional place of embodying ABSD and embodying what ABSD is, I'm still learning what that means. And it's been so fascinating because I introduce myself as ABSD to people now, and that's just my name. That's how people know me. And people don't know anything else. And that's so fascinating to me because people don't know anything else. That's just who I am and what I've introduced myself to be. And that's amazing, and also has brought up a lot of new things for me too that I, again, have not addressed because I have not wanted to even look at myself at all or the things inside of me and process at all. And so it's a nonlinear growth journey. It's so nonlinear. And I'm embracing that. I'm embracing myself. I'm embracing the moments and the pieces of me that just need a hug and this child like faith and that want to be addressed and are screaming to be addressed inside of me. And that's beautiful. I've been taking some of this rest time to establish more of a habit of being a reader, and that's felt really amazing. I've read 2 books this year so far, and I'm proud of myself for that because I used to not read at all. And now I love reading and really have leaned into that hobby and I've created a habit of it, of wanting to read each day. And now it's something that I crave for myself, just time to sit and read and be with myself in that way. And I'm really enjoying it. And as I establish that hobby, then I will be able to stack new hobbies on top of that. But what I was doing in the past that was not helpful for me was trying to establish like 5 new hobbies at once. And it just became overload and overwhelming. And so then I dropped off all of the hobbies and had no hobbies and literally like no habits. And even the habits that are so established in me, I had dropped them off because I was just feeling so overwhelmed inside. And now I've been slowly integrating these habits back into my life, which feels really powerful and intentional. And I'm proud of myself for. And again, grace. There's so much grace in the journey and so much grace that I've had to offer myself as of late. And I am okay with that. And also want to be honest about that and want to be honest about all of the different feelings and pieces of me that I have been riding up and down and all around and upside down. And it's been eye-opening for me. And it's also been a it's been eye-opening, and it's also been humbling, and it's been challenging, and it's been dark at times. And I have been doing a lot of laughter yoga because there were some days where laughter yoga was the only way that I found laughter in my life. And the body can't tell the difference between a real laugh and a fake laugh. And so you can essentially fake laugh and give your body that boost through fake laughter. And even though it's fake, it still is helpful to your body because laughter is important for us as human beings. And I have been doing a lot of laughter yoga in that sense. And that's been helpful. Um, yeah, just been very humbled this last month. And now with some transitions happening with my work life, I've also been humbled, and I've had to align with myself and what I want and what feels good to me and be honest about that. And that's been something I've had to actually sit with and look at and be fucking honest with myself about. And I am grateful for that. And it also has brought up a lot. And so as I enter into this next season of life, I am inviting in this utter belief of myself, my journey and my healing. I am inviting in laughter and goofiness and fun. I'm inviting in full embodiment of myself, my company, and my journey and healing and growth that I am doing. I am inviting in love, 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 so much love. I am inviting in friendship and community. I am inviting in newness and the trust in myself and the trust in the universe and trust in my journey and what I am doing and listening to myself and my intuition and inner knowing and where I know is best for me to go. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. And this last month, there have been days where I have not leaned into gratitude, and I love leaning into gratitude. Gratitude feels so good. And what you appreciate appreciates. And so I'm doing the Gabby Bernstein Manifesting Challenge in the month of January. And that's a meditation that she gives, is an appreciation meditation where you sit and you just come up with so many things that you appreciate. And it's really amazing what the mind can do when you sit with it and just allow more and more to come of what you appreciate. And I am so grateful for life, and I appreciate life, and I appreciate my life, and I appreciate all that I have and all of the people that are in my life and all that I have created for myself and all that I will continue to create for myself. And I have at times lost sight of that. And I am grateful to now embody it in a new way that feels aligned with me and what I am doing moving forward. I love you. I love you so much. And I hope that as you go throughout your day today, that you find a moment to appreciate something, at least one thing that is amazing in your life. And that could be something as simple as, I appreciate that I had a cup of hot coffee this morning, or I appreciate that I had hot water to shower with, or I appreciate waking up in a bed. I appreciate being able to look at myself in the mirror and say, I love you. I appreciate being able to cook myself breakfast and eat a hot breakfast and have food in my house that can be nutritious for my body and fuel me throughout my day and allow me to live a healthy lifestyle. Whatever you appreciate, speak it out. Own it. Own it today. I encourage you to do that. I'm so grateful for you. I'm grateful for this space. I'm grateful for this life I am living and all of the lessons that I've learned along the way. And, as much as I say it, like, I am grateful that this healing journey is nonlinear, and I am grateful for every single twist and turn that it brings, because it's all part of being human and the greatness of living on earth as a human in this time now and embodying it. Go out. Love loudly, be awesome, take up space. Your uniqueness is needed in this world and embraced, and I will embrace you in it, and I will continue to encourage you to embrace yourself in it. Thanks for sharing this space with me today and for being with me on this journey. I love you. Bye.